Well, good morning, everyone. Feels like a Friday, doesn't it? It's Thursday though. uh, Maybe I wish it was Friday. No, it's been an incredible, amazing week. It's been very, very busy, but I am ready for the weekend already. So today I want to talk about the revenue that your team is witnessing every day and not capturing. So today's for business owners. So we're gonna get some value for business owners today. So if you're a business owner or a business coach, this will help you. Um, you know, so anyway, we're talking about the revenue that your team is witnessing every day, like the revenue potential, and you're not capturing it, okay? Not because they're failing at their jobs, okay? Because the training that would let them capture that increase in revenue was never built, okay? So it's not really their fault. And, they're employees, right? They're looking for you for that leadership and guidance and direction, okay? And so when I show you what one training session produced for a client of mine, you're going to want to black out an afternoon this week, okay? Or maybe this weekend. So every day your team interacts with customers, right? And they see opportunities to offer something that would genuinely improve that customer's experience and increase your revenue. And they say nothing. Not because they don't care, because no one ever showed them what to say, when to say it, how to say it in a way that feels like service instead of a sales pitch. So that one afternoon fix is worth more than most marketing campaigns will ever do. Okay. Now, I've been coaching business owners for over 26 years now, from all levels, all the way up to Fortune 100 CEOs. And the team revenue training gap is one of the most consistently expensive gaps I find in customer facing businesses. All right. So today I want to share what one of my clients discovered when she finally ran this training with her team. All right. So I want to tell you about Sandra. So Sandra owned a chain of 3 nail salons with a combined staff of 31 people. Okay. Annual revenue of about 1.1 million. Her salons were beautiful, right? Very aesthetic, right? Her staff was very talented and warm and friendly. Her reviews were amazing, right? They were excellent. Sandra came to me because, in her words, her revenue had been flat for 2 years despite investing in new equipment, running regular promotions, right? And the revenue just kind of stayed flat. So when I asked Sandra what happened when a client got up from a nail appointment and walked to the reception desk, she just described the standard process, right? The client paid. If they wanted to book again, they booked. So the receptionist thanked them and says goodbye. Nothing wrong with that, right? Well, I asked her if anything else happened at that moment. She said sometimes the nail tech says something about what they worked on, but not always, and not in any structured way. So I said, Sandra, what is your most popular add-on service? The one that would most benefit clients who are already coming in for their regular appointment. Now, she thought for a moment and she said, the paraffin hand treatment. Now, I don't know what that is. It takes 10 extra minutes. It costs $28 more. And honestly, almost every client would benefit from it because of how much time they spend at computers and on their phones, right? So she said, my staff just never offers it unless a client asks. So I asked her what percentage of her clients asked for it unprompted. She said about 8%, right? Now I asked what percentage she thought would say yes if every technician offered it genuinely, warmly, and at the right moment with a specific reason connected to what they had observed about that client's hands. Right, so my guess is it keeps it from chipping, right? Like I'm at a computer all day, but I don't care if my nails chip, or whatever. They get their nails did, if they use their hands a lot, I guess it probably chips, right? So you just spend all that time and money on your nails. Maybe you want to spend a little extra so you don't have to come back so often, right? I'm guessing that's what it's for, right? So we ran one training session, one afternoon. Every staff member in all three salons attended via video call. All right, so all it required. Okay, so on Zoom here, So the entire training was built around three things: when to offer, what to say, and how to make the offer feel like a genuine recommendation rather than a transaction, right? Not like trying to sell them something or make something from them, actually benefiting them. So here's what Sandra wrote. Let me pull this up. So this is what she wrote to me 60 days later. Okay, she said, "Curtis, I feel embarrassed that I've run these salons for 7 years and never ran this training. In 60 days, our paraffin treatment add-on went from being ordered by 8% of clients to 36% of clients." Oh my gosh, right? So our average ticket is up $31 across all three locations. So at our volume, that's over $19,000 a month in additional revenue. Crazy, right? So she continues, "I spent 2 years running promotions. One afternoon of training produced more than all of them combined." That was over 2 years of that, right? Crazy. Little incremental improvements in your business, people. I know you know your business, but I know my business. My business is to make you more profit. Okay, so there's a lot of things that if you might not be thinking about them or even aware of them. Little couple percentage increases in different areas of your business they can add 19 grand to your business every month without spending any more money, just tweaking some things. Crazy, actually spending less money because she just wasted all that money on marketing and advertising. It wasn't working. We just implemented this, it was free. Crazy, right? So educate, right? So educate your staff. Sorry about that, Mike. Somebody needs some help, and I'm helping them, but now they're just texting me too much. So anyway, so here's the 3-part revenue training system. So this is the same system Sandra used, and you can build it for any customer-facing business. All right. So part 1 is the offer. Sorry about that. Let me turn that off because they're just going nuts here. Let me turn my volume off. I apologize. Thank you. Let me turn all these volumes off. Okay. I wish I just had a button. anyways, for your business, identify the single highest enthusiasm moment in your customer's interaction with you. All right. So this is the moment when, it could be in a car dealership, right? When you hand them the keys, that's the highest intense. When they get the keys, that's like it's mine, right? Or whatever it is for you, right? For your business, your business. This is the moment when the primary service or product has just been delivered, and the customer, like, their satisfaction is at its peak right now, right? It's at the absolute peak. Now, that's the only moment an additional offer should be made. Not before the service, okay? The customer's not yet in that right state, right? They're not at that high yet. You could actually ruin a sale doing that, okay? Not at checkout as a generic add-on suggestion, okay? At the precise moment of peak satisfaction while the experience is still immediate. It's like, the nail salon. It was when they see their nails, the nails are done, you're done, and you look at your nail, they look at their nails, they see their face, and they're like, "Oh my God, these are beautiful," I love them, right? And that right there, really, you could keep those if you did this, right? So anyways, you get the idea. So for Sandra's salon, right, that moment was when the nail technician finished the base service and was looking at the client's hands to ensure quality, right? So they're looking and she's looking at the hands, right? So that was the moment the paraffin offer was trained to happen, okay? So now part 2 is the offer language, all right? So the offer must be personal, specific, and feel like a professional recommendation rather than a sales pitch or script, okay? So the formula is, I noticed, and then in parentheses you put, so I noticed a specific observation about this client, right? It could be for a chiropractor, you could do this, right? A lot of our clients who share that characteristic, right, whatever it is, find that specific add-on makes a real difference because, keyword, because of a specific reason. So that's the template. I would love to include that for you today if you're interested. Sure, right? If done right, it's a very high turnover, okay? So for Sandra, I noticed, for Sandra, she said, I noticed your hands looked like they could use some extra care, right? So, like if they were house cleaners or they did think they work a lot with their hands, hands need a little extra care, right? So a lot of our clients who work on computers, or a lot of our clients that do home cleaning, like, a lot of our, what's the word I'm looking for? Home cleaners, whatever you call them, right? Maids, whatever. Whatever their thing is, right? Our paraffin treatment takes about 10 minutes and makes a real difference, and your nails last longer. Do you want me to include that for you today? Yeah, absolutely, right? Like I want my nails to look all great all week, right? So anyways, you get the idea. So make it personal, make it very specific and grounded in a genuine observation, okay? If it feels like care, not commerce, right? Care, not commerce. So part 3 is the tracking and reinforcement. So Sandra tracked the add-on offer rate, like how many times it was offered, right? And the acceptance rate separately for every technician across all 3 locations. So the tracking did 3 things, and this is essential. If you're a business coach watching this, you have to track these things so that you and the client know that this stuff is working or it's not working, or where in the processes do we need to tweak something, right? So the tracking did 3 things, right? It showed which technicians were executing the training well. We're not trying to get people in trouble, but you make more money. The more you sell add-ons in your nails and stuff, you make more money, right? So it showed which technicians were executing the training, that are doing well with it, which ones could maybe do a little better, right? Or maybe which ones could coach the others, right? So if they're like someone naturally gets it and they're doing really well, hey, coach some of the other girls, right? So it identified technicians who needed additional support, okay? And it created a healthy, visible accountability that made the new behavior stick, right? Rather than just kind of revert back to an old pattern. It was a new thing for them all to focus on and work together with, okay? So pretty cool. So if Sandra's story resonates with you in any way about your business, if you have a customer-facing team, right, who are seeing revenue opportunities every day and saying nothing because they don't know what to say, I want to help you build that training this week. So first, I have a free upcoming workshop for business owners called How to Double Your Business Profit Without Spending a Dollar on Marketing or Advertising. If you'd like to register for that free workshop, just comment or DM me Profit and I'll send you the link. Second, if you want my personal help, I can only take a few, but if you want me to sit down with you for 45 minutes, I have some software and tools, and we will literally do a business assessment, absolutely free, an assessment on your business. I will show you how to double the profit in your business this year without you spending any additional money on marketing or advertising. So comment or DM me double, and we'll schedule that 45-minute meeting. We'll do it on Zoom. Everything's confidential. I even have non-disclosure agreements if you want me to sign it so that I don't share any of your information, okay? So, and if you don't want any of that stuff and you just want some ideas, I have a book on how to double the profit in your business. It has 12 strategies in there to double the profit in your business. So comment Profit Double book right now. Sandra spent 2 years running promotions, okay? One afternoon of training produced more than all of them combined. Your afternoon is waiting. All right, guys? Hope you like this. If you did, please like and comment and share. Let me know. If If you don't like it, let me know. If you want me to teach something else or do something else or help you in any other way, please let me know. That's what I'm here to do. Thanks for watching, guys. You have a blessed Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Bye, guys.